Breaking news.
And that breaking news on that major announcement for schools in
California announcing the COVID-19 vaccine
will become the first state in the U.S. to require COVID vaccinations for all public and private students.
Governor Newsom announcing a new COVID vaccine requirement for all eligible students. The new statewide rule is the first of its kind in the country.
Will be added to the state's current list of immunizations required to attend school.
We recognize good enough never is, and that's why we recognize our responsibility to do more.
Today, doing more came in the form of a statewide vaccine requirement for all in-person learning.
There are a lot of questions.
We're talking about K through 12 schools, and here's what we know. This requirement will begin the term following full FDA approval for grades grouped at K through 6 and then 7th through 12th. Right now, as you know, Pfizer's vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds is still emergency use authorized. And so this will apply to students at both public and private schools. It will be subject to exemptions for both medical reasons and personal beliefs. But this is a first in the country.
The first K through 12 mandate in the country. Now, he was at a school in San Francisco as he announced the new rules to make vaccinating public and private school children for COVID-19 a requirement, much like other vaccines are now required, including measles, mumps, polio, and others. Now, right now, only those who are 16 and older are eligible to get vaccinated, but the governor also wants all staff as well in K through 12 schools to be vaccinated.
Once the FDA approves the vaccination in different cohorts, starting with 12 and above, grades 7 to 12, we will begin to apply that requirement in the next term, either January 1st or July 1st, whichever comes sooner.
The governor, California Governor Gavin Newsom, is joining us live now. Thanks for making time for us, Governor. This is a big announcement. Why is this the right move right now?
Yeah, I think we're all just exhausted by this. We want to get this pandemic behind us. And while we make great progress, California, 84% of Californians that are eligible have received at least one dose. We have the lowest case rate in America. It's not good enough. And we have a cohort 12 to 17 right now where only 63.5% of our kids have received at least one dose of vaccine. And we think this will accelerate our efforts to get this pandemic behind us.
You point out, though, California is moving in the right direction. COVID cases are declining right now in your state. Almost 70% of eligible Californians are fully vaccinated. That, of course, is 12 and older. 84% have had at least one dose. So what makes you think the current strategy isn't enough?
Because we've been humbled over the last year. I mean, every time we take our eye off the ball, we think we've got this and we move on to the next issue or challenge. We have a new mutation, a new variant that comes out, new variables that come out. And look, I'm mindful of the seasonality of this. And while California has withstood this last wave, we are concerned about the fall and into the spring of next year. And so good enough never is. With this disease. And we know that people are still dying, 700,000 Americans. We know that kids are being infected. Kids are ending up in our hospital system. I have 4 young kids. I can't take this anymore.
I feel like I'm being mentally and emotionally, and this is a really rough word, raped.
I'm feeling your pain right now. 5 California school districts, though, have already, been leading the way. They've been out front requiring the vaccine already. Just this week, San Diego Unified School District, which is the state's second largest district, unanimously voted to approve a vaccine mandate that all eligible students have to be vaccinated, as well as the staff in that district. But there was opposition to this. No surprise, of course. Let's look at what happened at a recent county board meeting there.
Your children and your children's children will be subjugated. They will be asked, how many vaccines have you had? Have you been a good little Nazi? Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci!
What are you expecting in terms of that kind of, reaction potentially over this new statewide mandate?
Look, we already mandate 10 vaccines. In so many ways, this is the most, this is a significant announcement, but it's probably the most predictable announcement.
I feel like I'm being mentally and emotionally, and this is a really rough word, raped. If it in your gut core it feels like it's wrong, it might be wrong for you.
I mean, my heart goes out to the people protesting that they are led with such fear and anxiety, such disinformation, the misinformation, very intentional, and some just naively receiving it. Not a problem, come after me, stop attacking and antagonizing these public servants all across this country, not just across my state.
There's also another requirement that's just over the horizon there. The governor announcing that all teachers and staff from schools will now also be required to be vaccinated once the first phase of that student mandate rolls out.
I'm very pro-choice. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not anti-vax.
Irish Galang says existing vaccination requirements for her 10-year-old son have decades of medical data to ease her doubts. But she doesn't feel there's nearly as much data on the safety of the COVID vaccine.
If they feel safe being vaccinated, if they feel safe that they're going to vaccinate their children, you know what? More power to you. But I personally, and some that I know, feel safe that we don't vaccinate quite yet.
Irish says she speaks for many who feel they are being bullied into getting the vaccine. The feeling of infringement runs so deep, her family has considered leaving the state.
I feel like I'm being mentally and emotionally, and this is a really rough word, raped. If it in your gut core it feels like it's wrong, it might be wrong for you.
Little message to the unvaccinated. Ugh. You are killing everyone. It's your fault. You're being selfish, so get the vaccine. Because I'm vaccinated. I am vaccinated, okay? And so I'm protected because the vaccine is safe and effective. So if you're around me and you're unvaccinated, then you're putting me at well, you're not. Okay. So you're selfish because if I'm protected and you're around me, then I'm fine. But you're me. Sorry. If you're not vaccinated, then you're not, you're racist, is what I'm saying.